God says, "Very good news is happening in the next 3 hours. This message may carry the sign you have been waiting for." Stay alert now, receive this with faith, and don't overlook the blessing being placed before you within the next 4 days. In the hours ahead, prepare your heart to receive a positive change, because I am leading you out of the heaviness that has followed you for far too long. You do not need to fear that one moment of inattention will cause every good thing to disappear, for my love is not so fragile that it depends upon a click or a comment. I only want you to pause, breathe slowly, and look deeply within, so that you may realize you no longer have to continue living as though nothing could ever change. An awakening is beginning, and the first thing I want to give you is not the noise of some dramatic event, but a peace strong enough to keep you steady, whatever may come. You have passed through many days in a state of waiting without even knowing exactly what you were waiting for. You hoped for a reply, a phone call, a confirmation, or an open door that would prove your efforts had not been meaningless. There were mornings when you awakened with hope, but when the day ended and your circumstances remained unchanged, your heart sank again. I know what it is like for you to keep moving while seeing no results. I know how often you smiled before others and then returned home to questions that still had no answers. But the silence you experienced did not mean I had not heard you. Some answers must be formed through many small steps before they can appear in their fullness before your eyes. Do not confine what is good to exactly 3 hours or to any particular deadline, then disappoint yourself when events do not unfold as you imagined. What I am doing is not locked inside a human clock. Yet the next 3 hours can still become a precious period if you use them to return to clarity. You may receive welcome news, a new idea, or an explanation that helps you see the matter differently. But even if no great outward change occurs, transformation can still begin when you stop allowing fear to control your thoughts. When your perspective changes, your next choices will also change, and from those choices, the direction of your life may gradually widen. I know how easily you become distracted. When you are deeply tired, you turn to a screen to forget your pressure, but the more you look, the emptier you feel. You compare your life with the carefully selected images of others and wonder why you have not gone as far. You allow your mind to absorb so many voices that you can no longer hear your own genuine needs clearly. Therefore, I invite you to step away for a while from what makes your heart more restless. Give yourself a quiet space to examine what is worrying you, what is within your power to address, and what you need to release. Your attention is precious. Do not surrender it to things that drain your strength without giving you wisdom. You have quietly carried more than other people can see. There are responsibilities you have never spoken about, and concerns about family, work, and the future that you have kept hidden because you did not want anyone else to worry. You learned how to keep going even when you were no longer sure you possessed enough strength. I have seen every moment when you tried to preserve faith, even when that faith was reduced to a small hope that tomorrow might be less difficult than today. I do not despise that small hope. You do not need to appear strong at all times. As long as you remain willing to rise, I can help you rediscover direction from the very place where you now stand. What you endured was not a price you had to pay to purchase my love or blessing. I do not require you to suffer in order to prove your faithfulness. Yet because those things happened, I will not allow them to become entirely meaningless. Lonely days taught you the value of sincere presence. Rejection taught you not to place your entire worth in another person's decision. Seasons of lack taught you to appreciate small things and feel deeper compassion for those who are struggling. I can transform those experiences into wisdom, but you do not need to continue living in pain merely because pain has become familiar. Relief is waiting for you when you stop trying to control every outcome. You can do everything within your responsibility and still be unable to force another person to change, make a decision happen more quickly, or cause every door to open at once. That does not make you a failure. Maturity means knowing the difference between what requires perseverance and what must be entrusted to time. Complete what you can do today. Send the necessary reply. Revise the incomplete plan. Make the call you have postponed, or rest so that your clarity can return then. Permit yourself not to carry everything else throughout the night. Good news may come through someone you did not expect. A recommendation, positive response, or ordinary conversation may help you see a new direction. But do not only wait for others to bring the answer. Sometimes what changes your life begins with a deeply personal decision. You stop diminishing your own ability, stop returning to a relationship that leaves you exhausted, or stop postponing your learning because you fear failure. I am giving you courage to act according to what you already understand, instead of forever waiting for some dramatic sign to grant you permission to move. When an opportunity appears, receive it with discernment. Do not allow excitement to make you overlook important details. Asks what must be asked. Consider the responsibilities involved, and make certain that it does not require you to betray upright values. What is genuinely good will not need deception, coercion, or fear. If a promise tells you that you must decide instantly or lose everything, step back calmly. Caution does not cause you to lose what belongs to you. It helps you avoid mistaking a decorated trap for a gift. I want to change the way you feel about the future. You have become accustomed to expecting the worst so that you will not be disappointed. But living this way prevents you from rejoicing, even when something good is drawing near. Stop preparing for failure in every situation. You can remain alert while still hoping, remain careful while keeping your heart open, and face reality without passing sentence upon tomorrow. Not everything unclear is dangerous. Some empty spaces are waiting to be filled by a new decision, a healthy relationship, or an opportunity you never believed you were capable of receiving. I am strengthening what is within you before changing what is around you. When peace returns, you will notice that your thinking becomes clearer. You will no longer respond impulsively to every message. Allow another person's attitude to determine your mood for the entire day, or panic when a plan must be adjusted. That is a genuine shift. Others may not notice it immediately, but it will change the way you move through every circumstance. A person led by peace will see doors that someone ruled by fear often overlooks. Remember also that your faith is not measured by whether you write a word or respond publicly before others. I see clearly what happens in the secret place. When you choose forgiveness while still maintaining boundaries, that is a response. When you abandon a harmful habit, that is a response. When you work honestly, even when no one is checking, that is a response. I do not need a performance. I desire a change lived out each day, gentle yet consistent, so that what you believe will not remain only in words, but become the foundation of your life. Therefore, in the hours ahead, let your heart rest from the obsession of needing to know exactly what will happen. Remain open to good news, but also recognize that change may already have begun at the moment. You decided not to surrender to despair any longer. I have not forgotten the nights when you were lonely, the days when you walked through uncertainty, or the times when you possessed only enough strength for the smallest amount of hope. All of it helped form the endurance you possess today. What is good is not coming to deny what you experienced, but to show you that pain never had the authority to write the final paragraph. Continue with a tender heart and an alert mind. The news you are waiting for may arrive soon, but whether it comes within 3 hours or at another time, you have not been left behind. I am leading you step by step through what you can see and what is still taking shape quietly. Fulfill today's responsibility, protect your attention, and do not allow delay to steal your trust. You will then realize that the greatest answer is not merely that your circumstances changed, but that you became someone whose hope could no longer be taken away so easily by circumstances. Recognize that what is awakening within you now is not found in an outward action, but in your willingness to open your heart to the good I am quietly doing. I do not need you to prove faith through a like, a comment, or any public sign. What I seek is a sincere heart that knows how to pause amid noise, listen among countless demands, and respond through upright decisions. When you take a moment to return to yourself, you will recognize that the strength you thought was exhausted is beginning to rise again. You are no longer someone who only suffers in silence. You are learning to stand, see clearly, and move forward in peace. I am preparing your eyes to recognize that good things often arrive in very simple forms. You once believed that an answer had to appear through a major event, shocking news, or a door opening before many witnesses. Because you expected that great noise, you sometimes overlooked gentle changes, a new idea arising, timely advice, a meeting that restored hope, or a moment of clarity that showed you what to do next. Blessing does not always arrive with celebration. Many precious things enter your life quietly, like morning light, passing through a narrow opening, and only those who know how to become still will notice that the room has begun to change. Therefore, I am directing your attention toward what possesses genuine value. Do not allow your mind to be swept away by dazzling promises, fear-inducing news, or comparisons that make you feel left behind. Look instead at what is being formed directly before you. You have learned to say no to what drains you, to return and complete what you once delayed, and to protect your peace from useless conversations. These changes may not produce immediate results, but they are clearing the road. When your heart is ordered, you will not miss an opportunity because you were too occupied with confusion. You may feel a deep inner prompting, as though the time has come when you can no longer continue living as before. Do not call every sense of urgency fear, but do not act hastily, simply because emotions are rising. Awareness that comes from me leads you toward clarity, not panic. It helps you understand that a decision must be made, a habit needs to change, or a step must begin. It does not threaten that everything will be lost if you are delayed by a few minutes. It gently but firmly reminds you that you have postponed long enough and must now live responsibly according to what you understand. The next 3 hours can become precious, not because the clock possesses special power, but because you can use that time to alter your direction. Reduce the noise. Review what is occupying your mind and complete one important task you have been avoiding. You may need to send a letter, make a phone call, revise a plan, or rest, so that clarity may return. One small but upright decision can begin a chain of major changes. Do not merely sit and wait for an outward event. Cooperate with renewal by doing what lies within your power. I have not forgotten what you once asked for. I remember your desire to live in peace, your hope that tension within your family would decrease, and your longing to see your efforts produce results. I know there are prayers you repeated so long that you no longer have strength to say them again. But weariness does not erase what you once entrusted to me. During the time when you believed everything was standing still, many things were still being prepared through natural processes, people considering decisions and opportunities whose time had not yet arrived. You do not need to know every detail in order to continue trusting that the journey is still moving forward. Some answers require time because they involve more than you can currently see. The right opportunity must meet your preparation. A healthy relationship should appear when you have learned to establish boundaries. Increase must be accompanied by the ability to manage it, or it will quickly become another burden. Therefore, delay does not always mean you have been overlooked. Sometimes it is the time I use to strengthen you within, so that when what you desire arrives, you will not receive it through anxiety, pride, or haste. I want you to possess the ability to preserve what is good, not merely touch it for a moment. Every step you have taken, including those filled with difficulty, has been leading you toward deeper understanding. Times when you chose the wrong direction taught you to ask before deciding. Times when you trusted the wrong persons helped you recognize the value of consistency. Failures taught you not to despise preparation. You may regret that the road was not as straight as you desired, but I can use every bend to form wisdom that an easy journey could never have given. No sincere lesson is entirely wasted when you are willing to look back without condemning yourself. Now, something is beginning to move in a direction that benefits you, but the first change may occur in the way you think. You will no longer see a delay and immediately conclude that everything has failed. You will no longer treat another person's attitude as a verdict upon your worth. You will know how to separate what you can control from what must be released, and your strength will no longer be scattered. When you become calmer, you will make better choices. When your choices change, the results gradually change as well. This is how restoration is built from within outward. Remain open to what is new, but do not allow expectation to take away your ability to discern. When an invitation appears, examine it in the light of truth. When someone promises too much in too little time, slow down and verify. When a door opens, but requires you to lie, conceal or betray what is pure, have enough courage to walk past it without turning back. I do not bring confusion and call it blessing. What I lead you toward may require courage and labor, but it will not force you to lose your dignity in order to advance. What is coming is not intended to overwhelm you, but to help you stand more securely. I do not want to place so much into your hands that you forget to care for yourself, neglect your family, or become someone who constantly fears loss. True increase should create breathing room, give you the ability to fulfill your responsibilities, and allow you to live generously without becoming depleted. If something causes increasing confusion, sleeplessness, and distance from good values, examine it carefully before calling it an opportunity. Peace does not mean everything is easy, but it is the assurance that you are moving in the right direction, even while work remains. I am bringing clarity to places where you were once divided. You will gradually understand what must continue, what should be adjusted, and what it is time to release. Someone may need forgiveness, without necessarily being restored to the same place in your life. A plan may need additional time, while another plan is being preserved, only because you do not want to admit that it no longer fits. Restoration does not mean holding on to everything you once lost. Sometimes it means being freed from what exhausted you so that you can build a better life from what remains. My beloved child, do not underestimate the strength returning within you. It is not temporary excitement, but the ability to remain calm after bad news, rise after failure, and choose truth even when deception appears easier. I am making you steady, not hard, alert, not suspicious, strong yet still gentle. This strength will help you recognize what is good when it arrives, so that desperation does not cause you to seize what does not belong to you, and fear does not cause you to overlook the right door. Therefore, use this moment to return to peace rather than placing more pressure upon yourself. You do not have to prove that you are worthy of receiving something good. Continue preparing, fulfill today's responsibility, and remain grateful for small changes. An answer may be drawing near, but even before it appears, you are no longer the person you were yesterday. Clarity is growing, strength is returning, and what once easily caused you to collapse is gradually losing its power. I am not leading you into disorder. I am bringing you back into order. I am not leading you into loss. I am helping you recover what is most precious: trust, peace, and the ability to move toward the future without trembling. The feeling awakening within you is the first sign that transformation has begun inside. Even though outward circumstances have not changed immediately, it may be only an unexpected minute of peace among heavy thoughts, a new idea appearing. When you believed there was no way forward, or a small measure of courage urging you to rise and do what you had postponed, do not dismiss those quiet movements. Many great changes do not begin with a sound that shakes the heavens, but with one gentle moment when you realize that you no longer want to live in the old way. I often touch your heart before your mind can give everything a name, because some truths must first be felt in peace before they gradually become clear over time. However, learn how to listen without becoming impulsive. Not every strong emotion is guidance, and not every sudden thought must immediately become action. What comes from me will not push you into panic or make you believe that every good thing will disappear if you are delayed by a few minutes. Genuine guidance usually carries a deep steadiness within, even when the next step requires courage. It helps you see more clearly, live more responsibly, and avoid betraying upright values in order to obtain what you desire. Therefore, when an idea brings peace, preserve it, examine it carefully, and allow time to confirm it through healthy results. There are things you asked for in words, but there are also needs so deep that you did not know how to express them. You said that you needed more money, but what you truly longed for may have been a sense of security. You prayed for someone to return, but what you truly needed may have been healing from the fear of abandonment. You asked for a door of employment to open, but deep within you longed to be recognized, to live with purpose, and to stop feeling that your efforts were meaningless. I understand what lies beneath your words. Therefore, the answer may not resemble the form you imagined, yet it may touch the place that most needs restoration. I may not return you to what you lost, because it no longer suits the person you are becoming. Instead, I may give you discernment not to repeat the same mistake, strength to leave what weakens you, and the ability to recognize truly healthy relationships. I may not open the door you continue knocking upon, but lead you toward a wider path where you do not have to make yourself smaller in order to be accepted. Do not confine the answer to one particular result. Sometimes what you need most is not to receive more, but to be released from a burden that has quietly stolen your peace for too long. You are not alone in this process. I am with you in each small step, even when you do not yet feel strong or certain. I do not stand at the end of the road waiting for you to find me by yourself. I walk with you in daily choices. When you decide to tell the truth, when you refuse an unsuitable invitation, when you rest instead of forcing yourself toward exhaustion, and when you courageously ask for help, my care does not always appear as an astonishing miracle. Often it comes through someone who knows how to listen timely counsel, a delay that protects you from a mistake, or a door that closes before you go too deeply into a place that was not meant for you. In the hours ahead, remain alert, but do not place your entire hope upon a deadline. 3 hours may become a space in which you can become still, see clearly, and do something important. But my love is not limited by the hands of a clock. If the news you desire comes quickly, receive it with gratitude and discernment. If nothing outward has yet changed, do not believe that you have been forgotten. Some of the first changes occur in the way you see your circumstances, and that new perspective will help you make different decisions. When thought is renewed, speech changes. When speech changes, choices gradually change, and new choices create a new direction. Use this time to return to what genuinely matters. Step away temporarily from noise that scatters you. Stop continually checking whether the miracle has arrived, and do not turn expectation into another form of anxiety. Complete something you have delayed. Put one chaotic area of your life in order, or write down what is making your heart heavy. You may need to send a response, prepare for a conversation, review a financial plan, or rest so that your mind can become clearer. One small step taken with awareness may be worth far more than many hours spent waiting for something dramatic to occur. Do not allow doubt to draw you away from what is right. But do not treat every question as a sign of weak faith. I gave you a mind so that you could reason, not ignore it during important moments. When an opportunity appears, investigate its source, responsibilities, and conditions. When someone speaks beautiful words, examine their long-term actions. When a decision requires concealment, dishonesty, or fear, step back. Mature trust is not closing your eyes to warning signs. It is keeping your heart open while your eyes remain alert. You are not here to be convinced that you are more special than others, but to remember that your life has value and your attention must be guarded. Every day, many voices will compete for your time, emotions, and energy. If you do not choose what you listen to, you will gradually live according to the fear, comparison, and expectations of others. Therefore, focus on what nourishes peace, helps you grow, and brings you closer to good purpose. Do not allow one negative comment to destroy your entire day. Do not allow another person's success to cause you to despise your own process. Do not allow delay to make you forget that you are still moving forward. I know you have passed through seasons when it seemed that nothing was changing. You worked, prayed, and waited while everything outside remained the same. Yet you are no longer the person you were at the beginning. You have learned to recognize what exhausts you, refuse responsibilities that do not belong to you, and understand that kindness does not mean allowing others to exploit you. You have learned to rise after disappointment without condemning yourself for so long. These changes are evidence that restoration has already been happening quietly. Sometimes you focus so much upon the destination that you forget how far you have already come. What is coming is not intended to overwhelm you, but to support you in living more steadily. If an opportunity requires you to sacrifice health, integrity, and peace, it is not the increase you need. What is truly good will help you fulfill your responsibilities, expand your capacity, and create breathing room for your family. It may require effort, but it will not cause you to lose yourself. I do not bring confusion and then call it blessing. I lead you into clarity, where you know what to continue, what to adjust, and what it is time to release. Restoration also does not always mean everything returns to the way it was. Some old things must end so that something healthier can begin. I may not restore a former relationship, but give you people who value and respect boundaries. I may not return you to an old position, but open a direction more suited to your abilities and values. I may not immediately erase every difficulty, but give you wisdom to resolve them one step at a time. Do not reject the answer merely because it does not resemble your original expectation. Therefore, keep your heart steady and continue moving with awareness. Do not try to create a sign, and do not force every feeling to possess some mystical meaning. Allow truth to be confirmed through peace, clarity, and good results over time. You do not need to type a number in order to receive what I have for you. The most important response is the way you live after this moment. Whether you choose to step out of delay, protect your focus, and courageously do what you know is right. I am leading you through care, not pressure. You have not been left behind, nor must you compete for my attention. Open your heart to what is good, but keep your mind calm. Expect an answer, but do not stop fulfilling your responsibility. You will then realize that the true shift began when you stopped waiting for an event to rescue you and started cooperating with renewal through small, upright, and hopeful decisions. When you encounter an invitation promising to change your life overnight, remember that genuine change rarely appears in that manner. An unexpected opportunity may open, but for it to produce lasting results, preparation is still required. Money may arrive at the right moment, but for it not to disappear, management is still necessary. An idea may flash through your mind, but for it to bear fruit, you still must work through many days. I can bring unexpected things, but I do not want you to build your life upon waiting for the unexpected. I want you to become someone who can stand firmly, both when something miraculous comes and when you must walk through a long process. Therefore, protect your heart from despair, because despair makes you more likely to surrender power to whoever promises the fastest rescue. You do not need a concealed secret in order to become valuable. You also do not need a mystical ritual to prove that your future can change. You need truth, courage, discipline, and steady steps. I remain with you in those ordinary things while you review your plans. Refuse an unnecessary expense, acquire knowledge, and search for better work. Do not despise small things, because they are leading you out of struggle through a sustainable path. Keep your heart open to opportunity, but do not give your trust to every promise. Preserve hope, but let wisdom guard the entrance. Expect a day of abundance, but begin by being faithful with what you already possess. When you do this, you will not only avoid traps decorated with the appearance of wealth, you will build a life that cannot easily be shaken. Your peace is worth more than any promise on a screen, and your future is too precious to place in the hands of people who pressure you without offering transparency. I do not lead you toward wealth through the fear of missing out. I lead you toward freedom through light, responsibility, and wisdom. Therefore, move slowly but firmly, verify before believing, and do not click on anything, simply because someone claims the opportunity is about to disappear. What truly belongs to you will not require you to surrender awareness in order to receive it. Let 7 seconds become the time in which you pause, reclaim the right to decide, and remember that you do not need to chase a false miracle. You are building a real story through real choices, and that perseverance will